here at the St. John's College Rugby Festival. Windhoek Gym, all the way from Namibia, against HTS Daniel Pienaar from the Eastern Cape. And we see the boys run into the field. This should be a crack of an encounter. Of course, it is the third match each for these teams. The final day of the festival. We're here on Burger Field. A beautiful sight from the top of the college. Daniel Pienaar in maroon, Windhoek Gym in the red. And there we have the teams. You can take a look through that. This is Daniel Pienaar's 5th appearance at the St. John's Festival, and the first time the Windhoek Gym has joined us here. Welcome to School Sports Live. Please engage with us on social media. And thanks again to Standard Bank for their sponsorship of the festival and of the stream. Beautiful conditions here for running rugby. And as Daniel Pienaar line up, enjoy a bit of a spectacle ahead of the kickoff. The challenge has been laid. An international fixture of sorts between the Namibians and the boys from the Eastern Cape. Brandon Boshoff with ball in hand, ready to kick off this fixture. Johan, I think.
Just another one we have several driver's licenses that we lost, as well as some credit cards. If you come from the media area, you've got your credit card or your driver's license.
Correction, Sachin Torin, who has now been given the ball to kick off this encounter. And here we go. Daniel Pienaar against Windhoek Gym. Safely taken. Windhoek Gym attempt to run the ball out of their 22. He takes him on the outside. That's a great run from the left winger. Good tackle as well. Good run from Mel Tiernissen. The ball goes loose, but backwards and no advantage. Daniel Pienaar offside there. Great run from the left winger Tiernissen there. But a good tackle from Shimondere Hannes, the outside centre of Daniel Pienaar. And Windhoek Gym tap and go. Ball goes down to ground again. They've lost a bit of ground, but they've cleaned up and they go blindside. Nice run there, good hands. But the ball's been turned over. Daniel Pienaar kicked the ball through. Oh, great collect from the outside centre. And it's been turned over once again. The boys not securing the ball well on the ground. Both teams have a few turnovers already in the first few minutes. And it goes to the boot, but not a great kick. Right winger Radman takes it. The flower flings it out. Running a bit sideways there, but he straightens. Good run from the scrum off, Darian Edward. The ball comes back. Torin plays scrum off to the fullback Brown. Good counter ruck from Windhoek Gym, but no, off his feet. The referee spotting that, easy decision. Will Daniel Pienaar decide to go for posts here? And no. Kicking for the corner. The left boot of Boshoff. Stabs the ball out. Perfect kick. About 6 meters out from the Windhoek gym line. And it will be the flanker, Marius Barnard, throwing in for Daniel Pienaar. And it is the flanker, Stefan Snyman, the captain, as they set up the maul. Looks solid. Breaks off the side of the maul. Inches away. Short ball to the lock, Dion Kok. And he goes up. Yes, he picks the ball up from the side of the ruck. And that's the opening try. Daniel Pienaar, strike first. We'll just confirm the try scorer for you. It looks like it's the tight head prop, Timothy van Heerden. He couldn't resist that, picked it up himself, went around the edge of the ruck, and Daniel Pienaar opened the scoring on the third morning here at St. John's. Torring lines it up. Great view from this side of the field. It's a solid strike. It comes in nicely off the right hand upright. And 7-0 to Daniel Pienaar. They showed good patience there from the line-out. They could have kicked for posts, but went for the line-out and were rewarded with the 7 points. And that's a towering kick-off. It comes back on Windhoek Gym's side. Unfortunately, the ball going forward there. It showed the importance of a good kick-off. They could contest, they got the ball back. The tight head prop, Herschel van Wyk, unfortunately knocking the ball on. And Daniel Pienaar with the scrum just inside the Windhoek Gym half. A scrum down on the St. John's Rugby Festival sign. We spotted you there. Edward feeds the scrum. 8th man, Tian van Tonder, juggles it, but collects it again. And they go blindside. Torren, good hands. Good run again from the outside centre. He's had a good game so far. Hannes, can he collect the ball again? But no, it's been knocked on just short of the line. Shimondere Hannes showed wheels down the right-hand touchline, kicked the ball through. But the rugby ball, as it always does, bounces this way and that. He couldn't collect, and the ball went forward. But still in a good position. A scrum 5 meters out. Windhoek Gym under pressure. And we'll need a clean release from this scrum to give the fly half time to clear from. And the scrum half goes himself. Picks the ball up to give his fly half some space. Good play there. His extra few meters will help. The left foot bangs it downfield. Doesn't find touch. Caleb Rudman goes outside and in. Still in possession. Places it back well. Torring to Edward. And the fullback goes himself. Edward hacks the ball forward. Vikstromp clears from the 22, doesn't find touch. Daniel Pienaar back in possession. Torring kicks the ball forward. Can he collect it again? He does! He goes himself, and he goes all the way. The fly half. Session Torring. Windhoek Jim not handling that ball that was chipped through. Torring benefits from a handling error, picks the ball up, steps off his right foot, and behind the posts for Daniel Pienaar's second try. Torring, easy conversion for the fly half, converts his own try, and we're up to 14-0 inside 9 minutes.
And the conversion also there, 14 points to nil.
Great conditions here for good running rugby. It's overcast, no wind. Another towering kickoff from Tromp. And the ball's gone backwards. Daniel Pienaar still in position, but they're behind their 22. And Edward goes around the blind side. Scrum-offs had a good game so far, but the ball gets knocked on. Good tackle. Windhoek Jim in possession. Can they do something? Yes, that's a strong run. He needs support. He gets it. And the ball goes forward, but no. The referee's on the spot. Daniel Pienaar playing the ball on the ground. The scrum off was impeded there. Unable to take it cleanly. But it was illegal and they tap and go. The 8th man takes it up. Good clearance. The front row is working well together there. Van Wyk. Aiden Lowe feeds his lock. Aiden Lowe again to Samuel Polton. They somehow wrestle the ball back. Zane Ferris, the hooker. And the 8th man takes it himself. Lowe picks it up nicely. They swing it out wide. There could be space there. Tromp tried the miracle pass. It went down to ground. No advantage. The referee comes back for yet another penalty. 15 in. About 18 meters out from the try line. And they stab it out into the left-hand corner. Vikstromp doing the kicking for Windhoek Jim. 10 meters out. Windhoek Jim. Can they score their first try of the match? That's a good line out. Solid. They set up the maul. The ball goes down to ground. Ferris takes it forward. Lowe collects again. Liebenberg. Cut down. Lowe goes left. Ball and all there for Zyman. Lowe to his 8th man. That's a good pass to the flanker. Jaco Enslin. Lowe goes right. Liebenberg. They've got a man on the outside. And he's over in the corner. Great work from Windhoek Jim. They had the man on the outside. Through the hands beautifully. And they score their first try of the match. Ridwan van Niel scoring the try there for Windhoek Gym. And it seems like he will attempt to convert his own try. A tough one. Half a meter out from the right-hand touchline. Van Niel, a picture of concentration. Steps back, comes forward. Seems like a decent strike, but no, to the left. Tough one from out there. So Windhoek Gym reduced the deficit, but Daniel Pienaar still leading 14-5. And we're into the 14th minute of the second match here at the St. John's Rugby Festival for 2018. And the kickoff, Windhoek Gym collect. Good pressure from Daniel Pienaar. Once again, they try and run it out from their own 22. Liebenberg is caught behind the advantage line. Good hands. Finds the man on the outside. And he goes himself, Ferris. His winger was clear. They pick up and go. Good short ball. Nice straight running. Low goes left, Liebenberg. That's a good run. Evades the first tackle, Tromp. But Daniel Pienaar messed with the ball at the ruck. Windhoek somehow keep the ball. They need quick hands here now. And that's a good run. That's a great run. From Van Wyk. Low to his lock. Good momentum being built up here from the Namibians. Liebenberg, Tromp. Trying to pass the ball out the tackle. Despite the fact that the left winger, Mel Tennyson, is pretty tall for a lock. They went way over his head and out into touch. Good build up there. Unfortunately ends. And Daniel Pienaar through Marius Barnard will restart from the line out. The ball goes over the top and falls into Windhoek Gym's hands. Low is scragged at the back of the ruck. Goes straight through the middle. Makes a few meters. Pick up and go. From the loose head. Nicely presented. Again, pick up and go. Zaiman. The loose head in the thick of things. Goes back half a meter. Low flees. Liebenberg. And the kick through. Is it going to work? Oh, Daniel Pienaar eventually picked the ball up. And the ball goes forward. Could see it from here. Well spotted by the referee. Inside center, Lianzo Cupido stabbing the ball forward. Almost working for the Namibians. Daniel Pienaar cleaned up. And then the ball went forward. Would have been interesting if that ball had gone backwards. But Windhoek Gym in a good position, just inside the 22. Aiden Low to feed the scrum. Not too many scrums so far. Good handling from the guys. Referee calls the scrum back. Well, I've been flying solo for the first 17 minutes of the match, but I'm joined by the legend, Kennedy Tsimba.
Yeah, I'm not so much sure about it being a legend. This climb up this platform has made me really tired. And
You've been retired for a few years, we'll forgive you.
So definitely.
Windhoek Jim, swing it down the left. Tromp. Oh, once again, he doesn't find his left winger. The ball goes out into touch.
Yeah, really unfortunate there, because they were really trying to move the ball to just get the ball out wide. I think they're starting to get a bit sore. It's been a long journey for them, coming up from Windhoek. And they'll obviously look to try end off this festival on a high.
Barnard the flanker to feed the line out. Once again, it goes awry. Good steal from Windhoek Jim, but they're behind the advantage line. Ferris cleans up. Low finds Liebenberg. Cupido. Good hands, but the winger's scragged on the opposite side. Looks like there's a Daniel Pienaar player over the ball, but they get it back. Ah, good run from the loose head prop. He feeds the man on the outside. Keeping the ball alive nicely. Low to his lock. Van der Merwe. Low again, Liebenberg. Cupido. Tromp. He finds Ferris. Good tackle from Daniel Pienaar. Somehow hold on to the ball. Good hands again. Good run from Zaiman. Low goes right. Liebenberg. Eighth man Meyer. Keeping the ball alive. But a great tackle. Shoved back 5 meters. They still hold on to the ball. But the ball's gone forward there.
Wow. It's really unfortunate, because they were starting to get some good momentum, and the way they're keeping the ball alive is really impressive. I'm liking the distribution of Daniel Pienaar as number 10. He really is moving that ball around and guiding his team very well. But you can understand that the ball is going to be slippery, because there's still a little bit of dew, as their coach is obviously, trying to pass on messages to just maintain and take care of that ball.
Darian Edward ready to feed the scrum. Daniel Pienaar dominated the first 10 minutes with 2 tries, but Windhoek Jim has fought back well. Good scrum by the Eastern Cape School. He doesn't find his fly half, but the ball's on the boot. It comes back, Tromp. He goes straight down the middle. Great run from the fullback. Can he find the man on the outside? No! Once again, Windhoek Jim doing well up to a point. Daniel Pienaar. Edward. Indecisive. Finds the man at the back. He goes himself. He feeds the inside centre. The right winger. Rudman gets tackled out. But it's a...
Oh, that's really unfortunate. The one big tackle that the big man made is blown as a penalty for not putting his arms around, as they take the quick tap.
Oh, that's a beautiful steal from Windhoek Jim. They've been good on the ground. Low stabs it forward. Torring puts a high one. Oh, well collected. But the ball's gone forward again. And Daniel Pienaar in possession. Pops the ball back, and the ball goes forward again. The referee keeps playing advantage. Good inside ball. Liebenberg finds the try scorer on the outside. Van Niel. Back to Van der Merwe. The lock has been industrious so far. Oh, great short ball. Ferris runs onto it, but finds a couple of big tackles. Tiart still going. Pops the ball back. Low goes down the left. Feeds the inside ball. Simon in position. Polton plays scrum off. Tiart again. Good run from the replacement prop. Meyer goes himself. It's slow ball at the back. Tiart picks up and go. He's made a few meters in the last few minutes. They somehow managed to get the ball back. He goes himself. Inches short of the line. Low feeds the outside.
Oh, yeah. That's really a coach killer, frustrating for the players because they started playing around the fringe when they really had an overlap out wide. With Tiat the tank absolutely making some huge meters for them. But once they get closer to the try line, you'd like to see them moving the ball wide because they've sucked in all those Daniel Pienaar defenders. And Windhoek Gymnasium just obviously trying to put a lot of pressure and trying to just almost get equal, trying to equalize the scoreboard, obviously. As we look at the future talent, obviously observing what it takes to get to the top. There he is, the tank.
Ethan Tiat only been on for a few minutes, but he's had 3 big runs. Christopher De Jager has been extremely good so far in this match, and he was the man that came inches close, but unfortunately locked the ball on. But still in a good position. As a coach, what would the best option be here to exit?
Well, I think they just obviously would need to set up the ball first, just to get security, so that the kicker has got a little bit more time, and then obviously to the fly off to kick it out. But I think the scrum wasn't steady, so they obviously opted for the quick tap. They'll be obviously looking for a clearance here.
That's a really good box kick. Doesn't find touch. Tienerson takes it. Stays on his feet, but he's brought down. Good counter ruck from Daniel Pienaar. Scrappy ball, but they get it back. Low finds De Jager again. Another solid run. Just over the halfway line. Low, Liebenberg has the man running short. Back on the angle. Low goes left. De Jager again. But the ball's stolen off him. Jam. And once again it's turned over. Low goes right. Oh, good solid tackle. Nowhere to go for Capito. But they hold on to the ball well. Quick hands, Tiart. He goes himself instead of... Oh, he keeps going. He feeds Tienerson, who's brought down. Trump is then... Lays the ball back nicely. Tiart plays scrum off. Can't pass left, goes right. De Jager, the ball goes loose.
They really did have a chance, Windhoek. Just weren't able to capitalize. Every time they get into the zone, Tiat the tank is breathing rather heavily. One of the biggest scrum halves to play at this tournament so far. But they really are putting pressure on the Daniel Pienaar team. They fail to clear, and again they find themselves stuck deep into their 22. They'll obviously look for a solid clearance and start to try put the pressure back onto Windhoek, because Windhoek is obviously pushing to try just close that point gap before the halftime whistle goes.
We found a chink in Tiart's armor. Was unable to pass that ball from the base.
Yeah.
Turned around and passed it off the right hand.
Yeah. If it doesn't work one way, just turn around and do it the other way.
Not something the props regularly work on, I suppose.
Yeah, as the rain starts drizzling down ever so slightly. Oh, great steal. Does Windhoek have one more chance just before the halftime? Oh. The ref will blow it back for a penalty. But it's really unfortunate that they're not able to capitalize on all these opportunities that they've been having in this past 5 minutes of the game.
They definitely had an overlap on the right-hand side there. All they needed to do was get the ball through the hands. But Low takes the quick tap. Van der Merwe takes it forward. His teammates join in. And he's over. Yes, the referee's on the spot. What a run from Andre van der Merwe. He was tackled about 10 meters short, but about 4 or 5 guys joined the fray, and he eventually found his way over.
Oh, that's the best way to go into a half. Andre van der Merwe, he obviously knew that there was only one route, and that was the direct route, and that's resulted in Windhoek closing up the score. Let's see if their kicker can just make it a 2-point game going into half-time. Just makes it easier for the coach to have a talk when you've just scored, just before the half. As the rain starts to pour down a little bit, he has to focus.
Vikstromp. No, just to the right. So 2 unconverted tries for Windhoek Gym. And there might be time for a kickoff.
Yeah, we can see here the tacklers went too high, and that just allowed Van der Merwe to get momentum, and he kept those legs pumping to score a great try by Windhoek.
Torring goes to the right. Finds Tiernison. Evades a couple tackles. Evades a 4th. Goes down to ground. As the rain buckets down here just before halftime. The halftime hooter has gone. But Windhoek Gym still keen to play. A solid run there. Brilliant run. He needs the support. And they go left. Oh, that's a brilliant run from Van der Merwe, the try scorer. De Jager. Great ball to Trump. He's on his way to the try line. The fullback in on the angle.
Oh.
De Jager doing extremely well there. Taking the tackle, passing back to Trump, running up the angle.
Oh, well done, Trump. Great try by him. And that's the best way to finish off a half. I mean, they could have opted to just kick the ball out once the hoot had gone. But good teams always are keen and play positive rugby. That was a great offload as well. And his line and his angle was just right. And him being the kicker, I'm sure he was delighted to be able to dot it down under the poles. But that's a great closing off of the half from Windhoek, as he adds the 2 to make it 17-14. And that really makes it easier for that coach to have a discussion when you could have gone in 1 point down to going in 3 points ahead.
So that's it for the first half. Windhoek Gym leading by 3 over Daniel Pienaar. As you see the view from the top of the college. Regardless of whether there's rain or not, still a beautiful sight. Nice to see one of the smaller rugby nations in Africa producing some talent. Kennedy being from Zim.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
definitely. I agree with you 100%. Yeah, it's a wonderful tournament. You know, when you look at, you know, what the tournament has presented in terms of, you know, the venue and just the organization, and you can see that it's a really professional, you know, festival that has been running for a long time, and it's very impressive. You know, having done St. Stithians in past years, this for me has really been impressive.
And we'll take a short break. See you in a few minutes for the second half.
Everybody, raise your glasses. I just want to say how proud I am of my wife. I don't care that you didn't finish. I mean, I saw you train so hard. You may not be an Ironman, okay? But you will always be my schnookums.
And we get ready for the second half. That really was a half of two halves. Daniel Pienaar dominating for the first 10 or so minutes, and then Windhoek Gym completely dominant, scoring 3 tries after Daniel Pienaar's initial 2. And here we go. Good follow-up. Daniel Pienaar collect the ball way beyond the advantage line. Edward digs for the ball, and it's out to Torring. Bangs it to the right, but not out. Good opportunity for Windhoek Gym. Ferris goes himself, passes it out to Tiernison. They secure the ball nicely. Swing it down the right. Good run from Van Wyk. Liebenberg changes direction to Meyer. The 8th man goes himself straight down the middle and under the crossbar.
Don't you just love it when a gap opens up just after halftime? They always say whichever team scores after half time is obviously going to start get the ascendancy in the second half. And that's a good try. Well worked there. You can understand the coach was saying the right words, I guess.
I'm sure the fly half Corne Liebenberg will take credit for that, saying he saw the gap and fed his eighth man, changing direction nicely.
No, it was good kick as well, just to stretch it out to a 10-point gap. And one has to be wondering within the Daniel Pienaar camp, like what has just gone on, because as you mentioned, in the first 20 minutes of the game, they were in full control of this game. Look at that handoff. That's not a great tackle. But he goes to Dotton for the first try of the second half.
Torung with the kickoff. That's nice and high. Contested by Daniel Pienaar, but it goes forward. And there's Tiart the tank. Ferris. De Jager again. He's at a stormer. Replacement scrum half, Du Plessis. Oh, the man's on his feet.
Whoa. Really a contentious call, because the player that was contesting was on his hands first, then he was pulled over. So I think the ref might have just missed that support. He wasn't supporting his own weight. But I think the Daniel Pienaar coach will just say, listen, I'll take anything right now just to get back into this match. And that's a great kick, putting them within 15 meters of that try line. They'll obviously opt to drive it here, but because they've got such skillful backs and players that have got good feet, they may look to use their back line as a threat. It's always a challenging once the ball is wet and you've got a hooker standing in front of you talking you up. Seems to have worked.
Du Plessis running from outside their 22. Du Plessis flings it back right up to the halfway line. And he goes himself, beats the first man. That's a great win from the left winger. But the ball going forward, unfortunately. Denver Jacobs with a good run. Trying to pass it one hand to a scrum off on the outside.
Yeah, Jacobs did everything perfectly until he did that one-arm chicken flick. It's not a good ploy to use when the ball is wet and it's just been drizzling.
The question is, KFC, Nando's or Chicken Licken?
Exactly. That is the question. I think in this wet weather, none of them obviously fried, so he obviously wants to put those away. Yeah, rather messy. The scrum, they pushing early.
Van Heerden. Tiart with a good tackle. The ball's not emerging. It eventually comes out. Running at a pace. But Tiart takes the ball off the man. Swings it out. Liebenberg. Good hands. Down the left-hand touchline. Trump kicks the ball forward. Kicks it into the man. Should probably have fed the left winger there. But they're still going forward. Windhoek Jim looking good. Meyer, quick hands. Oh, the replacement. Great tackle. Du Plessis finds the right winger. Lyle Beerkus. Du Plessis to De Jager. Steps off his right again. Beats two men. Places the ball back nicely. Pick up and go. Over the 22. Great momentum here from the Namibians. Du Plessis gets pulled back. Meyer, the try scorer, goes himself. Du Plessis to De Jager. Goes himself again. He's had a stormer so far. Inches short. And the ball goes forward.
Oh no. Everything was done right. But Du Plessis has been really effective, and he's been at that first receiver, straightening up and you know, really being aggressive, and he's got a strong upper body.
The tight head prop, Herschel van Wyk, had the try line at his mercy. And somehow knocked it on over the line.
Yeah. There is a term that you cry over spilt milk. That was spilt right there. So close to try line. Daniel Pienaar are going to look to get a steady exit as the two scrummers are going at it. You know, you'd like to mic up those two scrummers. There's always interesting discussions happening there. Oh, no.
Oh, having a discussion. How's your day been so far?
Yeah.
Nice pleasantries.
Am I able to follow you on Twitter? You know, those types of discussions.
Not a very deep in-goal area, so tough for the fly halves.
Yeah. It's always difficult because that's where your clearance and you don't have much time.
Oh, solid scrum from Windhoek.
Oh.
And he's over. De Jager scores the try, well deserved. He's probably been the best player on the field so far today.
Yeah. Well deserved, as you said. De Jager was able to spot that the ball was lying around. Daniel Pienaar's scrum has really been under pressure, and I think that really showed that if they don't fix up their scrummaging, and this could be a long game because there's going to be a lot of knock-ons because of the slippery ball. But Windhoek has obviously decided to, you know, put the foot on the pedal here, and they've been putting two solid tries on, and they're going to look to push on from here because it's a long journey back to Windhoek. But you can see here the tight head was just under pressure, weren't able to hold it. De Jager spotted the spilt ball, and the celebrations are underway.
You can have the most fleet-footed backs in the world, but if your tight forwards are not doing the job up front, it's tough.
Yeah, definitely.
Time to hit back now for Daniel Pienaar. Another good kickoff. But Van der Merwe secures it. Ball comes back for Du Plessis. Caught behind the advantage line. Came up quickly there, good defense. Referee advantage to Windhoek Gym. Cupido. They fling it out wide. The ball doesn't find the man. The referee comes back. No advantage.
Yeah, they did have the overlap, but to opt to throw the long spin in this type of weather, yeah, always rather difficult. If I were them, I would look to keep it tight. Their forwards have made some good yardage with those little interplays and short play passes. And a tank is on his way.
The little chip through from Tromp. He chases up himself. Good clean up there. Daniel Pienaar looking to build a few phases. He goes blindside, but the defense is there. Ball slow and no advantage. Offside. Some relief for Daniel Pienaar.
Yeah, their structure has totally gone out the door. As you can see that they now not sure what they do, whether they tap or kick into touch. And a knock on. The ref didn't pick it up though. but allows it to play on. As Diaga starts to probe again, and that's a great break.
Good pickup. As they surge, Van der Merwe to Tiart. Hands off the man. Du Plessis finds Meyer. He comes back with his right foot. Keeping the ball alive nicely to the scrum off.
Oh, the ref is starting to look to penalize Daniel Pienaar because they really are frustrated. They haven't been able to get any continuity with the ball. The tackles aren't sticking. And it's a lot of frustration, and you can see the ref is going for that yellow card, and I think he can't be arguing much. A lot of it's got to do with frustration, you know.
Going from bad to worse for Daniel Pienaar, unfortunately. Now down to 14. They tap and go. Van der Merwe comes off the left foot. Ball goes loose, but backwards. Good counter ruck. And they've turned the ball over. Oh, under pressure, the scrum off. The arm wrestle there. Jacobs gets the ball away. Is it now time? Torring loses his footing. But the ball comes back, cleaned up. They fling it out wide, almost the intercept. Liebenberg.
Close one for Liebenberg, but you can just see that that structure for Daniel Pienaar has become very ragged and staggered in terms of they are just looking to pass wide and sometimes go short. As you can see, their reserve bench not looking very cheerful. It's been a tough old festival for them. But I think if they could end off on a high, that always builds as they return back to their school season. They've obviously got a bit of time to see. You know, I think that's a great thing about festivals like that, that you get a chance to see, you know, the depth that you have in your squad. You know, the players that can stand up and, you know, always good to look at the players of the future. As the supporters are eagerly looking on to see how their teams are doing. There really has been some good support at the festival here.
It was the tartan Timothy van Heeren who got the yellow. So Jared Barnard has come on, and unfortunately the 8th man, Tiaan van Tonder, has to go off through no fault of his own. Edward feeds the scrum. Another solid one from Windhoek Jim, but they get it away. The ball finding the grass again. Windhoek Jim, benefit, pick it up, surge forward. They go left, the Jager. He gets the ball out.
Oh.
And they find touch.
That was great play by them. Again, Diaga attacking the space with the offload. And they were just able to keep the ball alive, just I think a foot into touch. That was great continuity by them. And they really have finished off this half on a high. They'll look to put pressure as the ball is a bit slippery. Never good to be a hooker when the weather's like this, especially when you're under pressure, stuck 5 meters away from your own try line. Oh, that's a great take. The scrum half, instead of clearing, takes it right back where they came from, and that's never good to see when you're forward. You've just won a tough line out, and your scrum half tries to dance his way out of the exit zone. As you can see, the forwards aren't quite sure whether to join the line or not, and the ref just indicating that the line's formed, they can't join anymore. That's a great throw. And already the ref is playing advantage for Daniel Pienaar's shooting up early, but they won't need it because this could be close to the try line. He just can't get it to touchdown, but the ref will go back for the penalty.
Really impressed with the lines that Windhoek Gym are running. They're running onto the ball at pace, changing the angle as Du Plessis taps and goes. Ferris, nicely presented. De Jager, once again in the thick of things. Meyer picks up. The ball comes loose. The ball was out. And he tries to kick the ball forward while being tackled. Back to Windhoek Gym. Zaiman takes it forward. Another penalty.
Yeah, it's become really messy. I mean, Daniel Pienaar had a chance to keep the ball in hand, but the player opted to try kick a ball while his legs already tackled. It's kind of difficult to do that. And another yellow card. Not sure it's necessary to do that. You know, in the festival feel of things, they're already one down.
Replacement Marco Gous joins his fellow front rower on the side of the field.
Yeah, you can imagine how the Windhoek team is setting up now, because they've been getting a lot of ball, and sometimes when you get too much ball, you're not sure what to do with it. Let's see what they can do here.
Good run from Teinsma. Du Plessis goes left, Tiart. He rolls his way over the line. That was inevitable.
Yeah, well, when you've got 13 men and Tiart the tank running right down your channel, there's only going to be one result. He is a big unit.
I don't know if that is his actual nickname, but it will be now.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it, isn't it? You know, with a size like that, no one will deny him that nickname. But you got a feel for Daniel Pienaar. You know, down to 13 men. Have really struggled to get away from that try line and in that 22 zone of theirs. Let's see if they can add the extra 2. He is a good striker of the ball, he is.
I'm sure someone associated with the school will tell Tiart that he was christened the tank by Kennedy Tsimba, a badge of honor.
Yeah. But it's a well-worked try. He got the ball on the run, and that's the great thing about it. As the tank rolled on and on and on and on.
A Sherman tank.
Yeah.
Unstoppable. Daniel Pienaar playing for pride now. Good take from Meyer. The ball somehow comes out, and it was illegal.
Yeah, the ref wouldn't allow that. It's always interesting when the ball pops out on the other side. As they look to get. That's a great kick. Although it touch that just didn't give it as many meters as it looked.
Daniel Pienaar back to 14. Ferris. That goes awry.
Yeah, when you look at the Daniel Pienaar backs, they've got some fleet-footed, hot-stepping, skillful backs that just haven't been able to get enough ball. As we look at the boys enjoying a bit of FaceTime on the camera. But you'd like to see them getting a bit of ball, and because they really are exciting. It's just they haven't been given that platform today, and that credit goes to the Windhoek him. As the scrum halves keep going at each other, they're standing on each other's toes. Always irritable, as you can see. There we go again. And he's been able to get the ball.
Tyrese De Vere taking back inside to Meyer. Tainsmart takes it forward. Duplessis feeds Ferris. Ferris to De Jager. He's got the man running at pace onto the ball. The lock is just short.
Great tackle.
Double movement. Tap and go from their own line. Desperation from Daniel Pienaar, not 10.
They continuously look to take the tackle and then want to offload. And that split second, your support runner always runs it forward as they take the quick tap again. Really difficult to try attack 5 meters away from your try line. When you're that flat, you can never get good momentum. Will the ref exercise his common theme this game of pulling out a yellow card for Windhoek him? I think he's giving them a warning.
Obviously, May is the captain.
Yeah. I found that was a great contesting of the ruck, but the ref didn't seem so.
Jared Barnard with the solid run there. And they go to the right. Still in possession. Nice run off the right foot. Oh, the ref plays on. Seemed like the ball was played on the ground there, but Windhoek Jim. Keep going. They're not done yet. Ferris strong on his feet. Duplessis. Ball goes out. Meyer, lots of space. Feeds the man on the outside. Tienerson cuts back in. Still going, the left winger. Mel Tienerson, can he go all the way? Couple meters short. The ball comes out. Duplessis. He's tackled backwards. And the penalty goes again. Trom takes it quickly. He finds the man on the outside. No, but it goes backwards. Play on. Simon tries to reach. Can't. Gets the ball backwards. Tiart. And he's in for a second.
I think credit's got to go to Tienerson, the winger, who really was carving up Daniel Pienaar's defenders and just came short to be able to put enough pressure for a penalty to arise. And Tia really blown hard, having scored his double. He's looking at the coach saying, listen, get me out of here. I'm done.
Most certainly played his part in what will be a wonderful victory for Windhoek Jim.
Yes. Listed in at 130 kgs. Namibia's prime beef crossing the line.
I was born in Namibia, but I didn't catch a lot of that beef.
Yeah. I think most of it went to Tiat and his fellow teammates. There's some...
Tromp with a solid strike. But yes, it is. It's over.
That's a good kick. He has been striking the ball really well. He's got such a great kicking rhythm.
Well, 43 unanswered points for Windhoek Jim.
Wow. What a second half. You did mention it's a game of two halves in the first half. It's been a game of one half in that second half. They really have put them to the sword.
Daniel Pienaar, get the ball back. One last flurry for the Eastern Province team. And the ball's gone forward. Nothing going their way. Brandon Boshoff trying to scoop that off the ground.
Yeah, you got a feel for Boshoff there. A pass that came rolling to you as he tries to pick up and it just bobbles in front of him.
Well, it did a bit of a googly there on the cricket pitch.
Yeah, I think that's why the ref is moving. There's enough googlies. We don't want the ball being thrown in by the scrum halves and spinning to the advantage. It's become quite a common theme with the scrum halves having a go at each other and stamping on the other scrum half's feet to irritate him just before he throws the ball in.
I know at the start of the season there was a directive from World Rugby about the throw-in from the scrum halves. Doesn't seem like anyone listened.
Yeah.
Trop straight down the middle. The fullback. One to beat. He keeps going.
Oh.
Great inside pass, but good tackle. Ferris picks up. Daniel Pienaar somehow retreated and kept them out. De Jager. Could he be held up? The ball goes loose. Du Plessis cleans up. And they keep going. Can they score another? Can they bring up 50? And they do.
Whoa.
Just with a kick to go, they could reach the half century.
Yep. Another well-deserving try. Created by the old banana split where your fullback comes through the middle. They were able to retain the ball once they had threatened Daniel Pienaar's try line. And you can almost be sure that with the way he's been striking the ball, that a 50 is going to be put up here. They've got a long way to go to Windhoek, and it's going to be a great journey back. It's always good finishing a festival off on a high. And if they put up the 50 here, it's definitely going to be a real high. Yeah, you can see the bodies of Daniel Pienaar. It's the body language saying it all.
Meyer takes it safely, swings it out. Ferris. Liebenberg goes himself, keeps it alive. Ferris again. Cupido. Windhoek Gym still hungry for more tries. Last play of the game. Caught behind the advantage line. And he breaks away. Tainsma keeps going. Du Plessis. Liebenberg with the long pass. Great pickup from Tienerson. Can he go all the way?
Yes, a slight high tackle there, but Tienerson was on his way to score as Windhoek looked to slow it down with a bit of a set play where they've got their forwards lined up. Just 2 or 3 pop passes and they have the third guy running in an angle. And obviously the likes of the tank waiting for that second phase.
Windhoek keep going. Du Plessis to Meyer. De Jager. Probably the man of the match. Tiart. It seems like illegally taking a man out at the ruck. And the referee keeps it going. Takes him another 10 meters. Lorenzo Jafta with ball in hand. Daniel Pienaar desperate to score a try to end off their week, but they got a long way to go. Windhoek another steal in a ruck. Good counter ruck. Duplessis with no space. Tiar plays scrum off. Tromp steps. Is there going to be a last try? No, he loses his footing. Ball held up. Windhoek Gym still in possession. The ball finds its way out, and we are going to end off with another try. Lyle Beerkus, the right winger, hasn't had much ball. He decided to join in the action.
Best way to end off a game with a handshake like that. And they're all nothing but smiles with 50 points put on the board. It's been a good outing at the end of it. Got a feel for Danny Pienaar. Really looked rather jaded at the end of it, but they gave it all. It's a good game for Windhoek to travel back home on. And it had to be the tank to take the kick. Let's see his form. He's got his arm out and everything is done correctly. Head down.
The tank can also shoot.
Oh yeah, oh you can. It's all smiles here at the St. John's Festival.
And that's that, 57-14 to Windhoek Gym. Coming up next, the Golden Lions 15 against the host St. John's College, who will be back in a few minutes.